For more than 2 decades, TLMI has partnered with Packaging Impressions to honor the TLMI Converter of the Year. This award is given to a converting member who has demonstrated an extremely high level of commitment and service to TLMI and to the industry over an extended period. The winner has typically been someone who has had a tremendous impact on both our association and on our industry during their career. To announce the winner of this year's TLMI Converter of the Year award, please join me in welcoming Linda Casey from Packaging Impressions.
Okay, good evening, TLMI. Thank you for hosting an incredible event filled with fantastic networking and education. This is only my second annual meeting, so I have the blessing of fresh eyes to be amazed by the extraordinary commitment to the industry and deep friendships among TLMI members. I am also honored to introduce the 2022 TLMI Packaging Impressions Converter of the Year. And like all of us, this person's grit has been tested at a time when survival was the literal name of the game. This person was not content to merely tread water. Instead, this person actively sought to evolve their business to gain stronger buying power while still preserving the business culture and the company's employee owners' power within the organization. Every interview I did with this person's colleagues in the association praised the 2022 Converter of the Year for their business success, but what struck me most was the admiration every person had for the 2022 Converter of the Year. For example, one of this person's colleagues, someone we saw on stage often last night, told me that the 2022 Converter of the Year is, quote, the kind of person that everyone should strive to be like, and marveled at the Converter of the Year's ability to be a kind, compassionate, and understanding leader, but also incredibly fierce in their ability to build a world-class company while breaking barriers. During the past 2 days, a big part of our conversation throughout this year's annual meeting has been the supplier-converter relationship. This also came up during my interviews, where the 2022 Converter of the Year was praised for always respecting everyone in the room and genuinely being a partner with their suppliers. I was told repeatedly that nothing is transactional with this year's Converter of the Year. Instead, this person brings genuine respect for their colleagues, employees, vendors, and more. This respect compels people to want to be on the 2022 Converter of the Year's teams. And it's part of the reason why not a single employee took a vacation or a sick day when the Converter of the Year had to move their business to a newly constructed building in less than 2 months. This person also isn't afraid to roll up their sleeves for their business and for TLMI. This person has mentored several new members, served on multiple committees, and served on the board twice. But this has never gone to their head. As another colleague said, the 2022 Converter of the Year doesn't stand on a lot of ceremony or rely on titles. Well, Kathy Alaimo, Your peers have spoken, and you've earned another title. 2022 Converter of the Year. Come on up.
Wow. I'm so humbled and thrilled to be awarded this prestigious honor. When I received the phone call, I was in shock and I had no words. So those of you who know me know that's very unusual. As I scan the audience, I see so many faces of people I have come to know and call my friends. Companies and professionals that are the best of the best in the industry. I've learned something from each and every one of you. Thank you for that. I'm reading a book called The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. The book is about an imaginary library that has an infinite number of books. Each book tells your current life story and explores how your life would have been affected if you had made different choices along the way. It is fascinating to think about the decisions we have made in our life and how very different our life could have turned out based on choices we have made. It asks the question, would any of these other lives truly be better? I can tell you with certainty, I have no regrets on my decision to take an interim billing job at Syracuse Label 41 years ago. That life decision has enabled me to have a fantastic career in an amazing industry that has been filled with opportunities. I've been so fortunate to be surrounded by supported and engaged team members. It has been a privilege to lead a 100% employee-owned company whose members have a stake in the game mentality and commitment to a shared vision. This mindset creates a culture that is powerful and supportive through good times and bad. It was especially evident during the uncertainty we faced over the last couple years. I couldn't imagine having better partners. I can name countless times that these employee owners have stepped up to point out ways that can make us more efficient. They have corrected safety concerns, mentored their coworkers, and just generally gone the extra mile to stay late, come in early, or work on a weekend to repair a press to make sure that a job ships out on time. Their dedication is instrumental in the successes we have achieved. I consider myself another member of that team in our organization, and I'm absolutely certain that I wouldn't be standing here today if I didn't have the Syracuse Label team supporting me. And then there's TLMI. It is a very special group of people that belong to TLMI. I have greatly benefited by being a participating member of this great organization. I remember my first board meeting. I learned so much as I listened and participated in conversations with other board members. I remember thinking it was amazing how we all tackled each project a little differently, but we talked through a successful response. When I worked on the technical conference, I was impressed with the people who stepped up to present. Their commitment and knowledge of the industry was second to none. There are countless people I can call to ask for insight on a particular project or just pick their brain. There is a trust that resides within this tight-knit community. When we wanted to add shrink sleeves to our portfolio, I talked to Joel Carmody and Dave McDowell. Both these industry professionals invited us into their plant to share their knowledge. Unbelievable. The friendships that I've made have helped me grow personally, professionally, and personally. I look around the room and I see my soul sister, Lori Campbell. Thanks for listening and sharing your advice as we discussed overall state of the industry and challenges we faced. Also, my good friends, Michelle Garza and Cindy White. We've shared our lives and we've had some great adventures together. And then there's Nick Van Alstyne. We liked each other so much we merged our companies. Who better to trust with preserving the legacies of our organizations, providing security to our employee owners, and sustaining growth in the competitive marketplace? Speaking of decisions that shaped my life, I'm happy I said yes to my husband, Peter, 41 years ago. He has always been right by my side through the exciting times and the challenges as my career unfolded. Thank you, Pete. Thanks also to my kids, Andrew and Jill, who came to celebrate with me tonight. I'm so proud of you both. Love you to the moon. Lastly, please raise a glass. Cheers to all of you. I think so highly of each member of this organization, and I am so fortunate to have landed in this industry, an industry of committed folks who will always persevere. Many thanks to all of you for recognizing me with this prestigious honor. Thank you.